Hello and welcome to another HanDrinksSolo wine info video, this time on the giant Periwinkle Wind Scorpion Sauvignon Blanc 2020. Now, for starters, I think we need to get the unpleasantness out of the way because while the Wind Scorpion sounds like an exotic mythical beast that is as sexy as it is deadly, the reality is that wind scorpions are as ugly as sin and in fact so very little to advance the romance of this particular bottle. But perhaps that's appropriate because romance is normally associated with soft lighting and warm fuzzies and puppies and blankets, not razor-like acidity, laser-like lime fruit and chalky dryness, which is what we have in this particular bottle. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cape Agulhas is way down south on the southern tip of Africa, as they like to tell us, and it's one of our more exciting emerging wine regions, partially because it's pretty chillsome down there, and partially because we have some incredibly talented winemakers who are delivering award-winning wines every single vintage out of this rather exciting region. Now, this ever-growing network of very exciting winemakers seem to be focusing on Sauvignon Blanc and Syrah, and none of these wines feature those big fruit bomb characteristics that the New World is known for. Quite the opposite, in fact. These wines are characterized by their salinity, their elegance, often leaner in style with beautifully eye-watering acidity. New World wines can often be erroneously lumped together as a kind of like an episode of the Kardashians, like overly fruit-forward and sickly sweet. But the wines coming out of the Agulhas Wine Triangle are a little more like Tilda Swinton in Narnia. Lean, very serious, and elegant as all heck. None of these wines have any shortage of acidity, and this enables them to present as both elegant and refreshing. This abundant natural acidity also gives us a hint that the wines will age beautifully. Now, I recently had the privilege of tasting some Constantia Sauvignon Blancs that were over 25 years old and still had incredible freshness. In Germany, people can age Rieslings for up to 70 years, and the common denominator between wines like the Constantia Sauvignon Blancs, German Rieslings, and the Sauvignon Blanc coming out of Agulhas is incredibly high natural acidity. So in case I hadn't been clear enough already, part of the key to what makes Agulhas wine so incredible is this very pronounced natural acidity. So what is the result of this climate in this bottle of giant Periwinkle Wind Scorpion Sauvignon Blanc 2020? For starters, it's this incredibly lean, fresh lime fruit, offset ever so slightly by some riper, narchy elements. On the other side, there's this bracing, tart Cape gooseberry element coming through, which is contrasted ever so slightly by a hint of a touch of a gesture of an idea of passion fruit. In case you hadn't picked it up by now, this Sauvignon Blanc is very much in the minimalist style. Swinton, not Kardashian. So for those of you not familiar with Giant Periwinkle as a producer, winemaker Pierre Rabhi also has a flagship Sauvignon Blanc which sees a little bit of oak during the winemaking process, and this is bottled under the name of Fumé Blanc. These Fumé Blanc wines are very much worth chasing down, not only to drink immediately, but also because they will age quite beautifully given the chance. Now, we've talked in the past about how residual sugar in small amounts can act as a magnifying glass to illuminate the fruit elements in a wine. Now, oak can have the same effect. What it does is adds the illusion of sweetness by bringing in hints of vanilla and perhaps some nutmeg and caramel. It also contributes a slightly silkier mouthfeel. These components all work together to present a richer, rounded, silkier end result. Of course, it should perhaps be added that you can't simply add oak to Sauvignon Blanc to make it epic. You need to have the raw ingredients there in order to put into oak. And this is perhaps where the very distinctive profile of Cape Agulhas Sauvignon Blanc is going to come into play. Find Giant Periwinkle, hunt down their entire range if you can. But for now, the Wind Scorpion Sauvignon Blanc 2020. Enjoy.